Hi, my beautiful stars. I'm Ella. How are you? I hope you're doing good, that your day has been really good. And so for today, I thought we might go for a soul contract reading. So I want to ask your spirit team to tell us about one person in your life that is sharing with you other lives, parallel lives, or past lives, however you want to call it, and let's see what's the importance of this relationship, the impact it has on you, and what's the lesson to be learned. So we have three options. Please go ahead and pick one. If you need to take your time, you can pause the video, and then when you're ready, let's start. So, my group one, welcome. And let's find out who is this familiar face from other lives and what are they doing in your life right now. So first of all, I want to know who are you, like your identity, your overall energy, at least now, so you can know if this is your reading or not, and if not, maybe go watch another option. From the cards that I have here, you're a very creative person, you're very connected with your feminine energy. I see that the vibe that I'm getting is very connected with emotions, very connected with your intuition. It's like the communicate you have a very strong and present communication with your higher self. Most of the time that happens through our imagination, so and our creativity. So it's not necessarily that you certainly hear a voice or suddenly you got an insight. It also might be that, but most of the time it has to do with your creativity and with you being really connected with your emotions, listening to it. And yeah, I see that you take very good care of yourself, and you're the kind of person that it's more like laid back in a good way, in a healthy way. You don't stress over anything. You are focused on creating, on nourishing, whatever it might be. This could be related to a project or even how you take care of yourself. But the energy is very good. I feel like it's light in a way. It's deep in a good way, but it's not dark, it's not heavy. I'm getting the energy and the vibe of artists in general, and it's like the feeling that I'm getting is like you pour your heart out into something. So you kind of like transform your own emotions and how connected you are to them and how much you listen to them into something beautiful and material in a way. It's a way of almost like manifesting by using your own hands. You might also be very romantic or have this pink color glasses energy, like not necessarily that you see the world that way, but that you like to romanticize your life in a healthy way to have a better experience, you know? It's like I'm gonna do these simple, small acts that will make my day a lot better. And you also value a lot beauty in general. So anything that it's going to remind beauty in general, it might be how you decorate your space or where you walk by, if you go outside, whatever it might be, if these things are beautiful and very like nature related, it is most likely that you really appreciate that and that you're very attentive to those things. And so now let's see who is this familiar face, that this person that you've known from other lives. The main energy that I'm getting here is someone very like innocent, very young, like there is this childish soul, but not necessarily in a bad way. It's more like they see the world as a young kid would, with, like, they are very excited, they're very joyful, they are very like, I want to explore everything, I want to try everything, I want to go and do this. They do not fear much. I don't think they hesitate a lot when they want to do something. I think they're very like impulsive in that way, maybe a bit irresponsible in a more negative side of it, but very genuine, very innocent. They like to see the beauty in the world. They see the world as a kid would see the world. And so I think that their inner child is very, very much present, at least right now in their lives and in who they are. I see lots of vitality coming from this person. It's almost like I'm hearing the sentence, I want to conquer the world, but not in a like dominant kind of energy. No, it's very, very like explorer, young person. It's just, I want to try everything, I want to go see this and do this. And that's the vibe that I'm getting from this person. There are also like very loud dreamers in that way because they see no limits. They have, maybe they are very like ambitious in that way because they think, they believe that they can get anything they want to. If they really want to, they just have to go for it and they will get to it eventually. So they don't doubt themselves that much. They're very optimistic and their head is held high. It's like they only see forward, they do not look backwards. The relationship that you two have in this life, I do believe that it's either a friend that you work with or is a coworker, a partner. But I think it has to do with work, yes, or somehow money is involved. So it's someone that shares, like you two share between each other something, maybe something in common, maybe it's a project that you are starting with this person. But I think it's something related to your career, anyways. So if you're still like studying or anything like that, this person might be um, from your school or college or university, whatever it might be. And the relationship that you two have, it's pretty recent in a way. It's not, what I mean by this, it is yet to be constructed or build a strong structure for this relationship, for this partnership. That's why I think it's pretty recent because it's in the beginning yet and there's not much um security. I think this relationship, for now at least, is very based on sharing. So I think you two give each other what you need from one another. It's a mutual contract kind of relationship, but it this relationship allows you both to shine in a way and to be confident. I think you two might share a passion, or that's why I think you might be doing a project together, or you might be even attending to the same course. So it makes sense that you are sharing something in common. It might not be the only thing. You might share other things like hobbies and things like that, or the way that you think, or the way that you act, the way that you work. It might be pretty close or pretty similar. Because we have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, there's a specific case. I think it's for a small group of people. This might be a relationship between a mother and a son. If not, what I see here is that you are you are very mature compared to this person, and I think you are helping them more than anything. I think you're sharing the knowledge that you have. I think you're sharing the tools that you have. I think it's almost like you're helping this person start a new project, start something that they want to do. It's like you're giving them an opportunity to do what they like to do, or kind of like guiding them in the first steps towards something. Now let's understand what was that person's role in a parallel life that is relevant here. I see that there was lots of projection between you two, and this person was there specifically to help you remember that you have something about your own value, about your own confidence, a belief, a limiting belief about yourself regarding that, that is not aligned with who you truly are. And so, in this parallel life or past life, they might be kind of like triggering in you in a way. It might not be a pleasant experience because because this person is probably triggering you constantly, how much you believe you're worthy of something and how confident you are. And maybe because, okay, I got a message here. So because remember I said that you were helping this person a lot, this person grow, and you like to nourish things and everything. What might be happening in this parallel life is an expression, a different expression of this energy, this same energy. And so you are the kind of person that likes to take care of others in this life, this other life, and maybe you're neglecting yourself. So imagine you're giving too much for others and you're not keeping anything for yourself, and no one is taking care of you. So it's almost like you're diminishing your own value so you can give others things that they don't even necessarily ask for or value that back to you, you know? So it is a relationship that it's based on projection in this past life or parallel life. And so it might not be a pleasant experience, but the energy is here. That's what I said. It's based on you trying to help others and nourish them, when sometimes you need to nourish yourself first, so then you can really truly help other people, support other people. Remind yourself that you need to prioritize yourself first. You need to prioritize your health and your well-being. If you're not doing well, you will never be able to truly help others. And also remember that sometimes something that you do that for you, it's like taking care of other people, because they cannot see the value in it, they will take it as granted, and so this might hurt you, like this might end up hurting you. So be really careful. And now, as for this person's role in your life, in this life right now, we have the Tower. And this makes me believe that you need to shift your mindset. So, the dynamic that might be happening here or that will happen in the future if you keep doing this is that you help this person. You're always available to help them and to give them what they need. And even you get out of your own way to do things for this person, but they will not value this. It is triggering in you this thing that I just talked about, that it's your sense of self value and how you take care of yourself. And so, this dynamic that you have between each other will eventually get to a point where you get so exhausted and you will be sad. Yes, because you will notice that, okay, I've been doing all of this for years and years and years for this person. They don't even value anything that I do. Like for them, it's almost like, oh, it was nothing but your role. Like it was nothing but what you had to do, you know? Instead of seeing like, oh, you got out of your way to do this for me. Thank you so much. No, they will not recognize that. And so it's about you surrendering to this transition. It will not be properly a easy time for you, an easy moment for you. This realization, this clarity. When you gain clarity, will be a moment, a tower moment. So it's almost like this whole idea that you had till now, this whole concepts and structure, like mental structure, that you had about this person, about the relationship, about the dynamic, about what's your role and how you take care of yourself, and the importance of you prioritizing yourself, that will be completely destroyed. So you can now build a new one that is way more adaptable to you, makes more sense to you, and will assure that you will not put others in front of you anymore, and that you will be focused on your well-being, and you'll be able to know when it's worthy of doing something for someone and when it's not. Because you might get to a point where you start getting very tired, like very exhausted of doing these things, and you're not even receiving from the other side like recognition or this person showing gratitude or anything like that. And it is not that you're doing this to get that, but when you give and give, and then you don't receive anything, there is a moment where you stop and you're just like, what am I doing? Because you're giving energy, like literally. Of course you'll get exhausted. It's almost like you're slowly giving your power away in a way, because you're prioritizing others, you're forgetting about yourself, you're allowing this dynamic to drain you. And so you will not be mm, happy. I think you will be a bit sad when this clarity comes to you that, whoa, okay, if this is like a mother and a son relationship, or a daughter, or whatever it might be, this relationship, it's close enough to you to affect you when you realize that this person might actually only come talk to you or be with you when you have something to offer for them or to them. It's not like they necessarily like to be with you or they want to be with you just because, but it's more like they want to get what you have to offer them or what you've been offering them. And I think this will be a like a shock, and I do understand that, and I'm so sorry that you have this in your life. But also see this as a moment of surrender, as a moment of healing this limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, that you're not worthy, that you have to put yourself in front of others, that you have to put your well-being behind just to make sure that everyone else around you is okay, is doing fine. And this idea that you have to share everything with other people, no, maybe not. And maybe it's a time to also filter a bit who you will share this and who will you not share this with, you know? Some people are just not worthy of it, and that's fine. And it's not about revenge. It's not about like, oh, you don't give me, so I won't give you. And this, it's not this emotion, this energy. No, it's almost like I know my worth and I will not give and not receive back. If I'm not receiving, I will not give anymore, because that's not an exchange of energy. That's not healthy, that's not balanced. And I want something that it's balanced, that it's healing. So that's the main message, I think, from this relationship. And I also feel neck pain. So I think that this is starting to heavy on you, the situation. First of all, you were giving because you really wanted to and you had the energy, but because it drained you, it becomes a burden, like slowly. And so I think that's why I'm also feeling a bit of like back pain and neck pain. And so, what is the karma we are working with here? I think it's this duality between you being very like emotional connected and very nurturing and all of this, and you having to deal with people around you that are very materialistic. They are very attached to the material world and what people can offer them, instead of simply enjoying and valuing the, like the intentions behind your acts. It's not simply like you help this person with something, it's that you help this person with something because you know how this was bothering them and you wanted to help them because you love them. And you know is this kind of duality that we have here. So yes, this person might be really like materialistic or attached to the material world, and probably sticking around you and even talking good towards you because they know they have something from you that they can get. And so I think it's about you noticing this You noticing that, okay, that maybe not everyone is worthy of all of this that I can give, because you have so much to give, especially emotionally, and your acts of service have such meaning behind it. Even if people don't see it, you know it. And so I think it's about you recognizing this, you noticing that, okay, this is not for everyone, because not everyone is able to appreciate that. So I'll keep it to myself and to the people that actually deserve this. And you building your own structure in nourishing yourself, in making those acts of service that you used to do for other people, try to do it for yourself. Like, if you're feeling a bit down, then go and make yourself a good meal, or something that will comfort you, something that you would do to other person if they were feeling the same way as you are right now. Then do the same for you. You know, this will this is going to really help you heal this problem. And the lesson to be learned from this relationship is that there's you tend to close your eyes. It's almost like you're wearing a veil. Like, when you get, because okay, you see the world in a way, okay, and it's very romantic. As I said, it is very connected with emotions, very loving. I think you're very connected with the energy and the vibration of love. And maybe it's something that you crave, because it's hard to find true unconditional love down here. But because you see the world this way, and you have this concept of what is a partnership, what is a relationship, and like how amazing it is, you also have to understand that maybe it's a bit ideal. And because it's ideal, it might not be what it's actually happening. And so you got to understand that, because it is not because you see this relationship, this partnership this way, that the other person sees that way, the same way. Like, it does not mean that this person will value the same things that you value. It does not mean that this person has the same morals and values as you do, the same concepts. It does not mean that they will give such meaning to this relationship as you do. And so what I believe here is that, first of all, this is very karmic, this relationship. Second of all, you get into partnerships or relationships with people with such a commitment that it's very rare to see, and that usually it is not mutual. So what you would do for these people, they would most likely not do for you. And this is something that you need to recognize. It's a lesson you need to learn. You need to open your eyes a bit more, okay? Um, you need to, maybe you don't need to literally open your eyes, like your physical eyes, because I think it's way more about going with the tide. If you're already a bit blind in a way, then use to your favor. So instead of looking outside for proof of what I'm saying, maybe look inside yourself. Maybe listen to your own body and soul and energy and emotions. You're very connected with your own emotions. So if something doesn't feel right, if something feels unbalanced, if something is making you feel exhausted, tired, sad, a bit confused, frustrated, whatever it might be, that's your sign that this is not a fair commitment, because it is not being it is not balanced. It is not because you give 80% and this person gives 20% that it's okay, that it's complete, that it's a healthy relationship, just because together you do 100%. But you're doing too much. You're doing your job and the other person's job. And so maybe the lesson here is, look at relationships in a different way. Don't idealize it so much. Allow yourself to notice these patterns of, okay, this person does not give me what I give them, and I'm starting to neglect myself because of it. So I need to stop this. I need to start taking more care of myself. I need to start paying more attention to me, to myself, instead of giving all of this to the other person that will not give you back. And that would probably replace you with something of material value. I know this is really hard to hear, but sometimes, for an example, let's imagine if you are a mother and you have a kid, and it doesn't matter the age. Okay, let's imagine they're like what, 16, whatever. And you have a, like, you are divorced. So this child has a choice to choose to who they want to be with, like live with. And their father has like lots of money, and they know this father can provide them like expensive things. And suddenly you see your own child choosing to go live with their father because of that. And it's heartbreaking for you because it's so unexpected. It's a complete shock. Even if they don't really like this father presence, they will still choose him because of money. And this might shock you a lot, how some people actually prioritize money over other things like emotional connection, which is so different from who you are and what you believe in. But it's an opportunity for you to open your minds and open your heart and understand that there are people that are completely different from you, yes, and people that are living with you and talking to you daily that have different mindsets, yes, and different values, yes. And so it's a matter of you choosing who's worthy of all of this that you can give genuinely and who's not. Because who's not is simply draining you. And so, how should you act now? You need to walk away from this situation, this person, this relationship. You need to not necessarily walk away, but you need to put boundaries. You need to create boundaries for yourself, and you need to understand that you benefit this person way more when you're not giving them all of this than you think. Because imagine if you take care of everything for this person, if you help them, if you give them everything, they themselves get to a point where they don't know how to do things for themselves, or they are so dependent on this help, and they also have their own journey to go through, and they have their own concepts to rethink and reflect on. And so it's very important that you take a step back from this relationship in a way that it's like, okay, I'm going to stop doing all of this. Do I really need to do all of this for this person, or can they start doing it by themselves? You know, some things are not necessary for you to do for them just because you might help them. I think you got into this unconscious pattern of, I'm going to help others because that will make me feel complete and fulfilled, and all of the things that you should have done for yourself and provide yourself these own emotions and feelings and states of being. You're kind of like depending on others, or more like you want others to depend on you in that way, because then you will feel useful, you'll feel valuable. But in the end, you don't feel valuable because they don't value your work or what you give them. That's the thing. So you need to understand that, yes, there's this polarity. And actually, evolving in this planet is way more about including and are excluding. So it's about you understanding that you are in a polarity of being very like emotional attached in a way, and these other people being in a materialistic world and attached to money and the material realm. It's about you being present and conscious of this diversity of states of being and of thinking, but also then choose for yourself what's the best for you and follow that. Take action towards that. And the advice here is really like healing. Heal yourself, nourish yourself, allow yourself to get into this new journey. This takes lots of courage, really, because this will make you shift completely the way that you see things, and not necessarily in a good way, because it will be painful, because you cling so much to those structures and concepts that you already have about what is a relationship and how things should work. And suddenly you're hit with this information, this clarity of, oh my God, wait, maybe other people don't see things as I see them. And so I'm giving value to something that other people don't value at all, like a relationship, an emotional connection. And so this is a very long process and might be a bit hard to experience, but in the end, it will turn you into a complete different person in a good way, shift you to a completely new and way more expanded level of consciousness. So embrace it. And this is all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Hi, group 2. Welcome. And let's start your reading. Yes. So, first of all, I want to know, who are you? I want to describe you so you can know if this is your reading or not. Okay, the energy that I got here. First of all, I want to say that you're probably very stressed. At least these days, you've been feeling very stressed. Maybe like you have to do everything and you don't have time for yourself, you don't have time to take care of yourself. But either it's your daily life that is very busy or your mind, it doesn't matter. The energy is the same. It's very stressful, probably even anxious, and you need a pause, that's for sure. But now let's see the energy that you have. Like, who are you, or what's the energy that describes you? First of all, I want to say that you're the kind of person that does not stay stagnant for too long, or at least that's not the energy you have right now. The feeling that I'm getting here is very like, I have this idea, I plan this new project, and I go and do it. You don't stay in the same place for too long. You might even be moving to another country, another city, or you already did very recently. You're the kind of person that wants to build your own empire, wants to start your own, like be very independent, and there is this very present action energy. So you take action towards what you want to do and you don't hold yourself back. It's like you want to have the world in your hands in a way. So you want to be able to explore the whole world if that's what you want, and then you go and do it. There is not much doubt here. So your presence is very strong and you're very decisive in that way. It's very hard for someone to control you because you are so, like, not only confident, but you stand up for yourself and you know who you are and what you want, and you will not allow people to tell you what you should do or who you should be, because you already know. And maybe you're stressed because you're starting this new project or this new thing, and maybe there is this tendency, because you're so connected with taking action, that you might not be allowing yourself to fully rest. You're not understanding how important the role of resting is in productivity. Sometimes we think because resting means doing nothing in a way, that we are not being productive if we rest or take a time for ourselves. But that's actually wrong. If you want to be productive, you should have a balance between action and resting. And so, first of all, this advice for you, if that's your case, if you're feeling very stressed and If you're very busy, find time to spend with yourself and rest. You need rest. You need a pause from all this stress, from all this action that you're taking. So it is important that you do it like daily in a way. And now let's see who is this other person that is in your life and that is sharing other lives with you as well. And so there's an important like soul contract between you two. First of all, I want to say this person is it's a bit different from you. You're much more action driven, and this person is way more focused on like a balance. Like they live through balance. If there's any kind of chaos or unbalanced energy, they will not be able to properly deal with life. Like it would be so bad for them to live life daily. So they are very balanced. They are very like decisive also, but their energy is much more related to the mental element, the air element. So they are like, for an example, I don't think you overthink a lot. I think if you have an idea, you think it's good enough, you go and do it. And this person is way more like overthinks a lot. There's this tendency. This person right now is going through a healing phase, an emotional healing phase. So they might have gone through a lot and now it's their time to grow a bit. I think they're starting to learn how to create boundaries and impose them. I think it might be hard for them to say no for other people, or it has been really hard. And they are learning now how to do it and how to heal their own emotions and how to not give their own power away to other people, the power to control them, the power to like influence how they feel and their state of being. Because imagine if this person is very guided by balanced and they only feel good and they are only like emotionally good when everyone around them is okay, when there's no kind of chaos, but we are living in on planet earth, so it's kind of like hard in a way to avoid chaos eventually. So I think this person was so used to giving others the power to decide how they would feel. It's almost like if this person that is around me is feeling bad, I will feel bad. If they are angry, I will feel bad. And so if they are happy, then I will feel calm. Like it's almost like they need everything and everyone around them to be okay so they can relax and be in their natural state of peace and balance. And I think they're learning now that they don't need the external results or validation or anything like that for them to feel good or to be in a balanced, peaceful state of being. I think they're learning to be peaceful and balanced when there's chaos around them. It's like, I will not allow this person's energy, just because it's very chaotic, to influence who I am and how I feel. And so they either cut this person off their lives, or they like keep some distance and make sure to be more focused on themselves. So yeah, the vibe that I'm getting here, to be really honest, is that you probably, there's two scenarios. Either you didn't meet this person yet, and I think it's the most common one here, or you've met this person but you're not together anymore. Like you've either broke up or kept some distance or whatever it might be. If you haven't met this person, because the reading was supposed to be about a familiar face, so someone that you already know, I am to believe here that this person will have a great impact on you. Like it will be someone that is very, very important in your life in the future. So pay attention when you find someone with this energy. They might be like a Libra sun, or they might have a very present Libra energy in their birth chart. Yeah, so now what's the relationship you two have? From what I see here, like you don't have a relationship yet. Yeah, the main energy that I'm getting here is someone that you haven't met or like created a connection with yet. But I think you're manifesting it. I think it is written in the stars that you will meet this person. And because I think it's almost like a soulmate kind of energy. And you two definitely had a soul contract before coming here. You two agreed on meeting each other here and having a relationship, a very close one. Also, what I'm getting here is that this is divinely orchestrated. So, this will come to you, this person will come to you in the divine timing, in the right moment. And if we see here what was this person's role on other lives, it is what I said. You guys are soulmates. Yes, you had been partners. It might be friends, it might be romantic, whatever it is, partners. And it was very based on projection. So you guys projected a lot on each other, but I don't think it was only the bad things. I think it was both. I think you reminded each other of some limiting beliefs that you have about yourselves that need to be worked on. Not necessarily that you did work on, but that needed to be worked on. But I think you also showed each other like the best side of yourselves. You know, when some people that you meet and you are around show you the worst side of yourself, like you start acting like a totally different person in a bad way. This is the opposite we have here. Like you two show the best sides of yourselves by being with each other. You've brought out this, it's like your potential becomes more evident and more used. It's like you bring out the best in yourselves, in each other, by just being together. I think there is lots of space and safe space for each other to be yourselves and allow you to become the best version of yourselves together because you are allowed to embrace the worst versions of yourselves. It's giving like powerful couple, but not in a dominant way. It's powerful because you two evolve together, because you two open yourselves, allow yourselves to heal, to notice what needs to be healed, what needs to be changed, and you go and do it together. And that's how powerful it is. What is powerful here is your connection, not necessarily the image that you pass to other people. And now, what's the role of this person in your present life? I think they will come into your life once you've got tired of a specific situation, once you're ready to take a step towards a new beginning. They will bring to you a new beginning. They will help you into that new path. You'll be in a state where you're contemplating about leaving a situation that is not fulfilling you anymore, is having on you. It's like, this is not for me anymore. That's how you will be feeling, but you'll not be taking a decision right away. So you're in a state of just thinking about it and noticing, acknowledging how tired or unfulfilled you are in that moment about that specific situation. And so this person will come to you, and I think they will offer you this new beginning, this new opportunity, this new path. It's like with their arrive, not necessarily that the first thing they will say to you once they meet you is like, oh, I have an opportunity for you. Not necessarily, but it's almost like with their arrive, a new phase in your life starts, and automatically they will provide you with this new beginning, this new energy, this new path, and you will most likely follow it because, and I hope you do, because you know this is divinely orchestrated. Everything about this relationship and the impact this person will have on you is divinely orchestrated. So just allow yourself to let this person in and take the opportunities that you get from them. I think this person is going to be in your life also to help you let go a bit of control, because you have this like action leadership kind of energy, and I think they will help you understand that the flow of life requires no control over what how things happen and what you should do. It's almost like they will trigger in you this new side that it's so much more like playful and careless, but in a good way. They will help you understand that you don't need control when you have faith. It's like, okay, I'm gonna walk into this new path that I don't know anything about. I don't know if that how the future is going to be. I don't know if that's something that will be like safe and stable for me, but I don't need to know those things to start this path, because I know that I'm always being protected by my spirit team, by my higher self, by God, and I'm always being guided to the right path. And so I'll just go for it. That's the energy that I'm getting here. And I think you need a bit of this light kind of mindset. More like more free. You know, when you do something that you didn't plan on doing, that's the vibe that I'm getting. I think you're very much like, okay, I have this idea, I plan this and I go do it. And here it's way more spontaneous. This person will bring you this energy that it's more like, if you feel like doing, just do it, and do not question if what's going to happen, if I need everything else, if like, don't plan it necessarily. Guide yourself more through your gut, intuition, emotions, heart, and your passion. Just follow it. So yeah, I think they finally will remind you of how important it is to follow something that you love to do, and to do it just because you love to do it, and not for the results, and not for the consequences of it. I genuinely love this energy because although you've spent other lives together, the energy that I'm getting here, at least for this specific life, is not a hard and painful kind of soulmate connection or relationship, because sometimes, yes, we have our soulmates in our spirit plan, but when we come here, there's lots of other things influencing us, especially wounds, karmas, our ego, our masks, and this can make a soulmate become like your worst enemy here on earth. But what I see from you here is nothing like that. I think you guys decided to be together to help each other here, actually, to make your life easier. And so it's way more about supporting each other. It's about evolving together in a good way, in a healthy way. So I love this for you. Even if it's not romantic, this could be like a best friend or something. And so, what's the karma here? What for you, I think it's you need a bit of a shift in your mindset, or how you view success and how you view achieving success. Because I see you so focused on this and taking action and be a leader and maybe creating this empire and starting a new business and all of this. Like, yes, there is nothing wrong with that. But I think your path is way more gut guided. I think you are supposed to find your passion, like your true passion, and work towards it. Put this energy, this action that you love to do, that you love to put on, into something that you love to do, and understand that success is doing something that you love to do. Success is not about the results or the money, because imagine you could be super rich and still have not a good quality life. Imagine you spend your whole days just working and working and working. Like, I don't think that money is worthy of your mental and physical health. And what's the point of making so much money if you cannot actually enjoy it? you know I think you just need this kind of shift. This person will show you this new reality, this new possibility, like, look, you can choose to have a different life and still succeed in the best way possible. You can feel fulfilled in all areas of your life and still have all this money you know so yeah, I think they will shift the way that you view life and your work and your career. And also, they will help you connect more with your intuition. Because the thing is, you're pouring your energy out to the outside, like in an external way. And I think this person will remind you that you can do that for yourself. You can do that in a more inward way. You can pour all this energy into yourself, into something that you love to do, into fulfilling. Like your life will shift from wanting to be successful to wanting to have a good quality life. And it does not mean that you'll not be successful. I do believe that you will be even more successful once you start doing things for yourself and not for the results. And so the lesson to be learned here, the lesson that this person will help you learn, it's exactly what I said. It's completely destroying the ideas and the concepts you had connected with money and success and how life was supposed to go and how a career was supposed to be. You will suddenly realize a completely new way of seeing this. You're like, wait, maybe, yeah, maybe I'm not actually looking for money for the sake of it. Maybe I want like to have something that I do that I love to do that allows me to have a flexible schedule, that allows me to have lots of time for myself and still works out perfectly. It's something that I love to do and that I want to like get up every single day happy because I'm gonna do it and still give me the same results or even better results. So this person will help you shift your mindset around money, basically, and will help you allow yourself to surrender to the flow of life, to this energy. Let these old concepts that society loves to cling onto, that following the usual traditional path, it's what's going to give you that money, that success. And maybe you're here to experience something completely different and new. It's a new path, it's a new way of seeing things. This is very new. And it's your path. It is supposed to be how you chose to do things before you came here, before you incarnated. And so, yeah, how should you act now in the present moment? Exactly what I've been saying. It's funny. I think you're not very like far away from meeting this person if you hadn't already met. If you did, you haven't built a relationship just yet, but it will happen very soon. And this encounter will happen also very soon because I see that you are already, because you're already feeling stressed. That's the energy that we saw in the beginning. And also because how you should act right now is exactly stop for a second, understand and acknowledge that you are feeling exhausted, tired, and your path isn't supposed to feel like that. When there's so much resistance and when your body is feeling drained and your energy is drained and you cannot do things as you could before, it is simply a sign that it's like, okay, that is enough for you. That is not for you anymore. It worked before, but not now. And it's about you shifting your mindset. You're having this new perspective of life, about how energy works and how successful you are once you follow your passion, once you find something that you love to do that fulfills you in every single way, every single area. And this is very oriented. This is like your spirit team is asking you to do this. And I think you're meant to follow this path and then help other people also do the same. Like tell them, look, you don't have to follow the traditional way because one, it does not fulfill you most of the time. Two, it is very tiring. And three, like it's 2026. Things are evolving very fast. It's time for us to also evolve and change our ideas and concepts. Challenge those things that are not working anymore. So, yeah, the final advice we have here for you is to right now, in this moment, go a bit more inside of Go a bit more inside, be a bit more introspective in that way. Sit with yourself. um, it's time for you to spend some time alone as well and question yourself. Is this really what I want to do? Is this really my path? Would it be my path? Would my path be so hard to live, to experience? Would it make me so drained, so tired, so exhausted? And yeah, this is all I got for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very excited for this new chapter of your life. So embrace this phase that it's like the end of a cycle, okay? It's the end of a phase. Um Embrace it, acknowledge it, reflect about what we talked about, and I wish you the best. I'm so excited for you to meet this new person and live a completely different life. My group three, welcome. How are you? I hope you're doing good. And so let's see, who is this person? Let's find out, and why are they in your life? But first of all, I want to know, what's your energy? Who are you? So we can know if this is your option or not. First of all, you are someone that is very focused on the details of things, the small details. And because of that, you are very like aware. What I mean by this is you find contentment in the smallest details. You feel fulfilled and happy, and just is like, I have enough, this like happy, glad energy with the smallest details. It's not that you need something big or amazing, great, like something expensive. Or when you see the small things in life that most people don't actually pay attention to. For an example, you go open your window and it's a sunny day and the sky is blue and you feel the sun hitting your skin in a warm way, and you just stay there for a second, just allowing it to sink in, and you feel just so content. It's like the smallest things in your day can make a big, big difference in your state of being. And you don't need much to be happy. That's the thing that I'm seeing here. I think most of the time you are very either in your head or very present, because you notice everything around you, like the smallest things around you that most people don't even care or don't notice. Also, you have this idea in your head of what how you want things to be, and what life do you want to have in the future, and what family you want to create, and these whole concepts. I think you have this in your mind very, very present. And so now let's see, who is this person that your spirit team wants to talk about. First of all, I think it's your mother. Like, the energy is very, very pulling me towards being your mother or a mother figure here. It is someone that projects a lot on you, like a lot. And they also are the kind of like, maybe between you and maybe between her and your father, if they are together, she was always the one to take the leadership role, or the one that controls everything, or this is just her personality, tries to control everything around her. Very like focused on taking action and going further. I think she might be also very busy in a way, very controlling, but very, very protective as well. Like, she always, it's almost like she cares for the family and she cares for you, and she wants to make sure that you have everything that you need. But sometimes her role doesn't allow her to be a bit more flexible or a bit more calm in a way. This makes sense because the energy that I was getting from you, it's almost like I could imagine you imagining yourself creating your own family in the future, and you thinking like, I'm gonna be a completely different mother than the one that I had. I'm gonna do this different from her. I'm gonna, like, and have this perfect family almost. It's very idealistic, so be really careful with this. Do not create too many expectations. That's the only thing I have to say. I don't think we should like stop ourselves from wanting to be better than what we had, of course not. But also knowing that sometimes it's not only about us and situations and the child and our partner always influence a bit how we will behave. And so just have this in mind. I'm also getting the message of she like feeling responsible for lots of things that happen in your family, and how the family interacts now, like especially her, your father, and you, and if you have any other siblings. I think she also, it is very like her head is a pure chaos. And I think that because she feels responsible for everything, she's also the only one trying to lead this family and these relationships to something like beautiful and ideal in a way. And she does not understand that to do that, she needs the approval in a way of everyone else. It's almost like she once had this dream, just like you have, of okay, I'm gonna create a family and it's going to be like this and this, and suddenly she is in a family that is very different from what she expected, what she wanted. And so because of that, she tries to be the one, like, imagine you see the family is obviously not working anymore, or the interactions are not working anymore, or at least not as it should be expected. And instead of her simply accepting that fact, she's still trying to like say, no, i'm gonna I'm gonna be able to bring everyone together. I'm gonna be able to hold this family together. It's almost this kind of like energy, like she doesn't accept the idea, because for her, stopping for a second and looking around her and understanding and acknowledging that, okay, wait, this family, it's almost a disaster in a way, or is very, very different from what I wanted to have and to create. And she would feel so bad about herself because she blames herself a lot. She thinks it's her responsibility. And she does not understand that other people also have to hold accountability for how this interaction, how these relationships, how these bonds were created. I'm looking at the chariot card and I can't help but see this image that she is trying to ride these two horses, and one of the horses is looking away. It's almost like she's trying to hold them to keep going this certain direction, but one of them wants to go away. One of them wants to go a different path, and everything is falling apart in front of her, but she's clinging to this idea that she can save this family, she can save these relationships, and so she's doing everything she can, but it is not healthy at this point, and she does not understand this yet. And so what's the relationship between you two? First of all, I want to say that this relationship is very, very emotionally connected and has such a deep bond, yet you might not be able to fully see it or to fully feel it, because I think there was a moment of your life that you created a bit more distance from her in a way, or just you two are in completely different chapters of your lives. And so she's she's still stuck to the past in that way, to the past concepts she had, and you are more focused on what you want to do in the future and who you want to be in the future and do things differently. But this relationship is very abundant and very healing. It could be very, very healing. Like, I think you two could help each other out in this way. She might speak about her own feelings to you, You might help each other connect a bit more with your emotional side and with your intuition. I genuinely think that this relationship is based on you helping each other seeing beyond illusion. Like, for an example, if she's not understanding what is happening here, you are the person that will give her insights. And sometimes about some other things in your life, she's the person that gives you some insights. It's almost like when you two are together or when you two are speaking, connecting, if you're connected with the spiritual world or anything like that, you or her might receive literally like messages from your spirit team, from your higher self. Like suddenly you there's a sentence that comes to your mind, or there's a specific song or a specific sound, an image that you see suddenly, and you connect the thoughts, and you be like, oh wait, maybe that's why. That's the energy that I'm getting here. You two help each other a lot in this sense. Also, I want to add that you two are mirroring each other a lot. So, this relationship is also very helpful for you. Why? Because if you open your mind and your heart enough to understand this, you are more similar to her than what you think. You think like, oh, I will never do this in my family, I will never have this kind of action, I will never like accept this. And yes, maybe in some aspects you are right, but remember that your mother was once just like you, and she got to a point where she got. So be a bit more humble in a way, to allow yourself to understand that maybe you could also be in her place right now if you were her, because she was exactly like you when she was younger, before she experienced all of this. And so also understand that this expectation that you have of life, or this idea that what you want to have and what you want to create in the future, might be a bit dangerous for you if you cling too much onto it, because a family is influenced by many, many, many factors, including the fact that a relationship is not just one's responsibility. A relationship is going to depend on you and the other person and their personality and how they interact with other people. And sometimes you cannot control that. And so the result you will have is different from what you expected. And it does not mean that it's your fault in any way. Sometimes it's just things happen to be different because people are different and you cannot control how they act and who they are. And so have this in mind. Um, Maybe because sometimes you could find yourself like judging your mother a bit. And it's very important that you bring this consciousness that, wait, she was once like me, and look where she got, you know? This could be me in the future, and I wouldn't even know. So be a bit more empathic in that way and help her out. And so, what is this person like your mother's role in other lives? She was she was someone that helped you understood that you have other possibilities instead of staying stuck in a place where you do not belong anymore. Instead of being in a state where you're stagnant, where you're tired, where you don't see a way out, she was the person that would help you, look at you and say, look, you can go this way, you can do this, everything is possible. You are only stuck there because you believe there's no other option, but there is. And so allow yourself to get out of that situation that was hurting you. It was not for you anymore. So it's actually funny because it's almost like she took the role that you are taking in this life towards her. It's like who she is right now, it's who you are in other lives. Like feeling a bit stuck, like I I don't know the way out of here, and I'm just in this. it's almost like a snowball kind of effect that you allow to happen in another life. And you got to a point where you just felt like, I don't know what to do anymore. I can't help this. I can't make it better. And I don't know how to leave it as well. I don't even know if I want to leave this situation. But she was always there to help you understand that you have other possibilities and you can actually get out of there. I think she would provide you an opportunity to actually leave this state of being. And now, what is her role in your life now, in your present life? I think you use her example as an inspiration of what not to do, what not to accept. It's almost like you learn a lot from her. Like, her role in your life is to help you connect with the best version of yourself, to help you understand what mistakes you should avoid if you don't want to go her way, and also help you have a different mindset, a mind that is a bit more sharp in that way, like observing who you have around you and who you allow into your life and the consequences of your actions and decisions. I think this has to do a lot with how you see yourself and how confident you are in yourself, and how, like, it has to do with your own self-esteem. It's almost like her experience and her example is for you to learn what you should not want in your life and what you should not do, and what you need to cut off from your life if you ever in the future were in a position like hers, you found yourself in such position. This is also a lesson that it's like, if you ever get into a place like that, get out of there. Don't be afraid of making decisions, of cutting people off your life, and of changing your life completely, and your concepts and your mindset, and allowing yourself to live for yourself. You are never stuck anywhere. Remind yourself of this. There's nothing ever forcing you to stay in a place where you do not belong and where you do not feel well. And so take this inspiration to follow the path that it's more aligned with who you truly are, more aligned with your passion, and do not allow this fire that you have in you right now to vanish because of another person. I think she is in a state right now where she doesn't even know like what's her passion. I think she lost a bit her fire, her inner fire. And that's where she takes a role there in your life. It's by showing you, do not lose that flame you have inside yourself ever. Do not allow it. When you feel it diminishing, that's when you know that's not your place to be, and that's not the person to be with you. And so walk away from it, because there are other options out there that are way better for you. And so, what's the karma here? First of all, you guys gotta understand that you are soulmates. Okay, so you are very, very close and you have a very similar energy, especially like soul energy. Um, Even if your mindset right now is a bit different, you still learn so much from each other. And this partnership, it's so important for you and for your own life. So do not diminish it or like ignore it. It's a way of you learning more and more, and she will also learn so much from you. And this relationship is about you two celebrating and having fun with each other and going through life and overcoming obstacles together and giving each other insights and things that could help the other person. And also, it is definitely here to help you too understand that you are never, never stuck in any place. The door is always open, but you also got to remember that you have to be the one fully open it and taking the step outside of this room where you're standing at. But there's no one forcing you to stay in a place that is not yours and where you do not belong and where is making you feel terrible. Like the door is unlocked, but it's up to you if you're going to open it or not. And so I think you too are here to remind yourselves constantly of this thing, that you can always, there's always other options and possibilities that are way better than where you're standing at right now. And so if it's something that is suffocating you and feel making you feel bad, that's when you know it's time to walk away from it. It's time to open that door. The lesson to be learned here is exactly what we've been talking about. I think you too have this very transformative relationship. It's a soul contract between you two that, because you are so similar in this aspect, even if you have a different mindset in this earth right now, the energy is almost the same. And so here is the lesson to learn is you can always walk away and transform yourself, transform your life, be different, act different, evolve, become your best version of yourself. Don't allow people to drag you down. Don't allow people to drain you completely, to suddenly make you forget who you were and what is your passion. What is the thing in your life that makes that ignites that fire inside of you? And you can always walk away. Always. There's always an opportunity awaiting for you on the other side of that door. That's the biggest lesson that I'm seeing here for you two. And so, how should you act now towards this? One, you should, yes, stick to your mother in a healthy way, because this relationship is very helpful for both of you and for both of your journeys. And also, if you are in a situation that you feel like it is not fulfilling you anymore and is causing you damage in any kind of way, then it's time for you to start a new journey. That's what you should do right now. Walk this new path. If you're not in any kind of this situation that we were talking about, then it's time for you to have this new mindset, this shift about her, about the relationship that you two have, and have faith and enjoy yourself and be more light-weighted in that way. Like, allow yourself to go with the flow and do things that you love to do, that you enjoy to do. Have this mindset of the explorer. Like, it is not very different from who you are in a way, because you already notice the small details in things. So keep doing that. Keep noticing how beautiful everything around you is, how amazing it is to feel the sunlight hitting your skin, how beautiful are the flowers that are in the garden that you pass by when you are walking outside, how nature is so beautiful, how the smallest things can make your life so much better. And so, your final advice is love. So, love yourself, love your mother, and love everything. See the love in everything around you, appreciate it. Like the unconditional love, really. Do not judge your mother and do not judge other people that are doing things that you think you would never do it if you were in their position. But be also aware that with their consciousness and their own life and what they've been through, you never know if you wouldn't actually be in their place, even if it hurts them so much. You have been in their place in other lives. So be really conscious of this and have a bit more of empathy and love for these people, compassion. And also follow your passion. Do things on a daily basis that you love to do. Work on your hobbies. Just enjoy yourself. Allow you to feel pleasure in many, many different ways. And so this was your reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.